Volume 1, Chapter 1, Hadith 271, narrated Aisha. It is as if I am just looking at the glitter of scent in the parting of the Prophet's head hair while he was a muhrim. So just like the previous narrations, which this is probably a fragment of the same incident, we remember that the impact of what was before from stuff that is not allowed in a current state, it is just fine. A hujra is a courtyard or a room. A hukum is a legal decision. Homs is one of the Quraysh tribes. Hunain is a valley between Mecca and Ta'if. Iddah is a prescribed period for divorce and marriage. So it's the waiting period afterwards. And we find out nowadays it's not just something that helps determine who the children are parented by. Iftar is the breaking of the fast. Ihram is the state of prohibition. And so you're supposed to have established your intentions before you assume that. Well, just like every other deed, right? But, you got to be very specific. 2 sheets of unstitched cloth. You can pin them, but you don't, stitch them together. A lot of people just tie them. And so you have one that you wrap around your waist and another one you have over the upper part of your body. The ihsan is the perfection or the perfecting of the deeds. Ilah is an oath that a husband has that he's not going to have relations with his wife for a certain amount of time. Aliyah is Jerusalem. Imam is the person who leads others in the prayer. There's other context for that. It can be a leader of the Muslimin. Iman is faith or belief. Imlas is an abortion due to trauma. And people used to beat their wives, and nowadays it's girlfriends, to cause abortions. And sometimes, they would let that happen for that purpose. We'll get into the rulings of that later. In Bajania, or woolen garment without marks. The things I remember are things about, if somebody does it without permission of the woman, and then there's compensation to be paid, obviously. Iqama is the statements that start the prayer. There's 2 adhans, and Iqama is the word used for the second one. Ancient Egyptians would have the same thing. They'd have a call to gather people to the temple, and then they'd do something to start, and then they'd formally have the ritual. And there were other cultures that had similar things.